Are you serious? Are you serious? So is the EU going to become a super state? Well, Stephen Ben-Noon, I was on the phone with him yesterday. He's in the Czech Republic. There's all kinds of information roaring in Europe. I mean, people don't know what's going to happen. So every nation in Europe now is concerned that the EU is going to fall apart. And so they're scrambling to figure out how to keep it together with Britain getting ready to exit. The foreign ministers of France and Germany are due to reveal a blueprint to effectively do away with individual member states in what is being described as the ultimatum or the creation of a superstate. And under the radical proposals, the EU countries will lose the right to have their own army, criminal law, taxation systems, central banks, with all those powers being transferred to Brussels and the formation of a new super state. This is, to me, a whole nother level, taking away the individualism of each state and creating the steps of the New World Order. Now, if you guys remember, and I'll put the article in the link, but I did a video predicting that Britain would vote to exit, and that there was 5 reasons they would, and the same 5 is why Trump may win the election in America. And again, I say may. Don't know. But in that, there's an article been written about these 2 different videos I did by the UK Express. They did an article on me, and the title of it is Russia and China to become the supreme world leaders after the Brexit destroys the EU. Because I predicted that England would leave the EU and that the EU would fall apart. And that Russia and China would try to step in and create what they call Eurasia. These are the words of Vladimir Putin. It says online Christian preacher Paul Begley is predicting that last week's vote will signal the end of the European Union as Russia waits in the wings to create a superpower, merging the remains of Europe with China and other Asian countries, or if you will, a super state. Now, it's different than what the European Union that Angela Merkel and some of those in Europe are thinking about, creating a little super state out of just the remains of the EU. But Russia has bigger plans, along with China, to help create a bigger super state system that would be more of a Eurasian. So you might see a battle between these 2 concepts, actually, and some of these smaller countries trying to figure out which one they're going to fit in and what's safer for them. Okay? The video he uploaded, talking about myself, they said the video I uploaded about the Brexit vote warned of rifts and things getting ugly. Well, that didn't take long, did it? That's exactly what's beginning to develop. Also, it says the preacher who starts his videos always with the catchphrase, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Which I usually do start that way because so many things are happening that are just unbelievable to believe. Talks about Switzerland. I talk about how Switzerland withdrew their application for the European Union, and even Switzerland themselves said you'd have to be a lunatic to join the EU. And how Vladimir Putin wants to create this Eurasian union, this European Asian Union, or Eurasian. So check it out. I'll put the link below. The article came out a couple days ago. Very well written, and for the most part, the UK Express staying on top of this story. Now, there's another story just came out today from the EU Express as well, and where they're doubling down on this concept. They're not using me this time, but they're saying the European superstate to be unveiled as EU nations to be morphed into one post-Brexit. So, all right, so I come out and tell you what Putin wants to do with China to create this Eurasian. Merkel has come out now with France, and they're going to unveil a blueprint of the ultimatum and the creation of a superstate. These are all steps to the New World Order. And we know just a couple days ago that Benjamin Netanyahu, John Kerry of America, and a delegation from Germany, a delegation from France, and there may have been others, were meeting with the Pope in Rome, an emergency meeting. I'm sure this has to do with the superstate mentality and the conversations of how that would work. All right, so we're going to talk about that in our live broadcast today. It starts at 12 noon Eastern. You don't want to miss it. At my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. It starts at 12 noon Eastern today at paulbegleyprophecy.com.